question that we're most frequently asked is how can I apply for a place for my son at Eden Boys School Bolton, and how can I make sure that that application is the strongest it can possibly be? It's a very simple process. You need to go to the bolton.gov website and follow the links for admissions and secondary school places, and that will take you to the booklet that you can see on the right called Admission to Secondary School, September 2001. This booklet contains all the information about every school in Bolton, along with any key dates and any guidance that you might need. The window opened for admission applications on the 1st of September and it closes on the 31st of October, and all the information for Eden Boys School Bolton is on pages 54 to 56 of this booklet. Applications are made online via the council in which you are resident. So for most of you, you will apply through the Bolton website. If you live outside of Bolton, you will need to apply through your local council website. It's a simple process. All you need to do is, after having made your decision, you need to list 3 different schools in order of preference. In order to make your application as strong as possible, you need to put Eden Boys School as your first choice. But it won't help you if you put it as your first, second and third choice. In fact, if you don't get offered a place at Eden Boys School, that will mean that you may get offered a place at a school that you haven't chosen. We don't know what preference you put us down as, and all applications will be considered equally by the local governing body. It's really important that you complete your application by the 31st of October. If you miss the closing date, your application will be considered after everyone else's. And please note, we don't have any supplementary application forms for our school. You just need to complete the one on the website. After the closing date on the 31st of October, Bolton Council will provide us with details of everyone who has applied to our school. If all the total applications is under the admission number of 124, then the local governing body will offer places to everyone that has applied. If the total applications is more than 124, then the local governing body will apply the oversubscription criteria and produce a ranked list for the council. If you look at the oversubscription criteria in the booklet or on the screen, you'll see the boys that go to the top of the list are those with an educational healthcare plan that name our school. Next come the boys that are looked after or have been previously looked after, followed by any boys that appear to have been in state care outside of England. The boys that follow on from those on the list are any whose parents are employed at Eden Boys School Bolton for the last 2 years or more, or where a member of staff has been recruited to fill a post where there is a skill shortage. The next criteria are any boys who have a brother who is already attending our school at the time of the application and when they would be admitted in September 2021, or those that have a brother that's a former pupil of Eden Boys School. The next criteria are boys for whom the governing body accepts that they have a proven exceptionally strong special medical or social circumstances which are directly relevant to attendance at Eden Boys School. If you are applying under this category, you must make sure that you provide the additional information, and that must be backed up by a professional, such as a consultant, a doctor or a psychologist. Any remaining places will be offered in the following order. 40 places will go to boys residing in the BL3 area, with those closest to school first, and the remainder will go to those who live nearest to Eden Boys School. The distance will be measured in a straight line using the Bolton's computerised mapping system. Once the list goes back to Bolton Council, they will use the preference that you provided, whether you put us first, second or third, to determine the final list of students that will be offered places. So if you would be offered a place, but you've named another school ahead of us as first preference, and there is a place at that school, you will be allocated your first choice, which is the other school. So it's really important that you put us as first choice. Parents will be informed of the offer of school places on the 1st of March 2021, after which we will write to all successful students, and we request that you either accept or decline the place. Any that are unsuccessful will be placed on a waiting list, and the council will send out an appeal form, along with information of deadlines and dates for the submission of appeals forms. The first round of appeal hearings will usually be heard towards the end of spring or the beginning of summer. If after reading the admissions booklet you have any more queries, your first port of call should be our website, where you will find lots more information in greater detail. And if after reading that you have any specific queries, please email them to the info@ email address that you will find on the school website. We wish you luck in your application, and we look forward to seeing many of you soon.